like that as any music man, I'll tell you that.
This is the famous French market. Finest food in the world. That's what we enjoy in New Orleans.
See, music in New Orleans is like baseball or football to other kids. In New Orleans, the kids are for music.
You just get the feeling that music's all around, because it is in New Orleans.
Time to discover anything is possible and dreams to uncover.
If you come with us,
We are the future. Everything is possible and dreams we can nurture.
when you come with us,
Call it places, call it spaces, call it things to do. Call it riding, call it flying, stick a feather in your shoe.
call it crazy, call it funny, call you cheer a pony,
Call it you,
call it me.
call it macaroni.
New Orleans, one of the greatest cities in the world. And we're going to see something today that you probably won't see nowhere else in America or the world. A jazz funeral.
Danny Barker, he's a fantastic jazz musician. He runs all these music programs for school kids and encourages and works with young musicians like Shannon Powell.
Brother.
I've been in music all my life, as long as I can remember. I've been around jazz music. And when Susan and Danny came down to New Orleans, the first thing I wanted them to see was a jazz funeral. That is a funeral with a marching jazz band.
Funerals that we have are mostly friends and family. These funerals are everybody who comes out of their house. They just come out to join in, you know, the ceremony and stuff. In the beginning, the band starts playing, you know, and they bring out the casket and everybody walks down the street. Then they start playing real slow jazz music. You know, it's supposed to be like a tribute.
We have just released our late brother who has gone to glory, as the Bible says. Cry when you come into the world and rejoice when you leave it. And now we will proceed on in the world of the living.
Second lining is a good way to get the feeling of jazz because You hear that loud music and everybody just sort of lets themselves go and they do whatever comes naturally to them. Everybody does their own thing and they listen to that music and they really get into it.
And that is the basic scene that causes New Orleans musicians to get involved in playing jazz. And they've been doing this for more than 150 years. Even during the slave days, they'd done it when they did not have instruments. They sang gospel music, spiritual songs, going to the cemetery, shouting praise to the Lord. They danced, that's the roots, the basic feeling of people inside.
Really nice, Danny. It's really good. How long have you been playing the clarinet?
Oh, 4.5 years.
4.5 years?
On the first days I was here, I met another clarinet player, Louis Cottrell. He was a New Orleans clarinet player, and I kind of had a lesson with him. How did you start to play the clarinet?
Well, I started playing the clarinet when I was about 11 years old when I began on the clarinet. It came in a roundabout way because my father was a drummer. And we were 5 kids, and I was the only boy. And of course, he wanted me to follow in his footsteps. But my mother said if there was another musician in the family, it would have to be a clarinetist.
Yeah.
How about us trying to do a little Indiana? You know, just how we did with the other song. 1, 2, 1, and then you make the pickup.
Okay.
All right, let's try that. I think it'll
Indiana?
go over. Yes, Indiana.
Okay.
That'll be the right number.
Okay. 1, 2, 1. I have the training of classical music. It's easier to teach a kid classical because then he can just get the right notes and, the right tone and everything. But jazz, there's more to that than just the tune. You have to get the feeling and improvising. You have to swing around with the tune.
I guess we better stop because the calliope is here. We can't overplay that, I'm sure.
Once in a while, when we went around the street, I would hear, that music from in the distance, and then I didn't know what it was till we went on that boat and I saw that calliope. And they're really loud. You can hear them all over New Orleans.
Just hit the key, you see. Each key has its own whistle. Yeah, there you are. Oh. There you go. You want to try?
What are the lights for?
At night, the steam comes up different colors.
Oh, wow. That's neat.
Psychedelic music.
Yeah.
Psychedelic steam music.
Yeah.
Walter Last, he's a really great drummer. He plays jazz, modern jazz, ragtime, rock. He can play anything. I felt very relaxed with him. He's a very easy person to work with. He treated me as if I was one of the musicians down here, you know.
I think she has it now. You ever tried independent coordination before?
Nope.
Try playing tang, tank-a, tang, tank-a, tang, and play your triplets also. No.
Independent coordination, what it is if both of your hands do a different thing at the same time, and you get it all together, and it turns out to be one rhythm.
Doing fine, Susan. Doing fine. That's fine. And you and I would like to play some New Orleans jazz. And I'll play the drum cadence and you come in.
I'll try.
Okay?
Your surroundings have a lot to do with the type of music you're going to play. The kids down here, they don't play rock because they're not around rock. They're around jazz, so they play jazz. The kids where I live are around rock, they play rock.
Good, Susan. You gonna put the butter on the bread?
Yeah, I am. No, he is. I'm going to cut it up.
Okay, then.
Where were you born, New Orleans?
Born in New Orleans. Born in 1902. That's a long time, huh?
When we were at the party, I got to talk with Louis Barbrin. He's Danny Barker's uncle and one of the great, really great old-time jazz men. He's played all over the world. When he started playing those drums, I was very surprised. This guy's 73 years old, and he was playing them like he was 19. That shocked me.
He's good for jazz, he's good for blues. He's been around for a long time, too. That's another reason that makes him good.
Gone, and I can't feel good no more.
Louis Barker's a blues singer, and Stanley Barker's wife, and those two, they're traveling all over the world. She gave lessons to Billie Holiday.
He's gone and left me. He taught that B&O, Baltimore and Ohio.
I never heard blues before in my life before I heard Danny Barker's wife sing.
Now, when he was leaving, he didn't even shake my hand. Now, when he was leaving, he didn't even shake my hand. He said, look here, baby, someday you understand.
Some of the greatest jazz musicians have been Protestant Baptists, because even before you get an instrument, if you go in some of these little humble poor churches where you'll find the choirs. You go to Detroit, storefront churches, New York, storefront churches.
can't quit you, and you ain't done nothing wrong.
There you will hear people from the South who migrated north, who still practice their religion, shouting and singing and swinging like mad.
Your life, it won't last long. I just roll and tumble.
Singers like Aretha Franklin, Ray Charles, Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, Billie Holiday, Maxine Sullivan. They come out of these churches, so they be bending these tones that they done in the church. They're not too sophisticated to remember their roots of their spiritual inner self. And that's what is put into the great jazz, the blue note, the bending note, the sounds of the moans, the groans, and the tremors in the voices of people praising the Lord. And that's the rudiments of great jazz music.
So I'm got the blues since he taught that me and
The most exciting part of the trip happened at the end of the week. We actually got a chance to perform at Heritage Hall with some of the greatest jazz men in New Orleans.
This evening, ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a treat. We have three talented youngsters here, young musicians, who are going to perform with us veterans. Their names is Shannon, Susie, and Danny. They're going to come up here. Let's give them a hand, give them some encouragement. Their performance will show that music will continue. That is good jazz.
Even though Walter Lasty was with me, I was really nervous. And when I started playing Indiana in the wrong tempo, Louis Cottrell stopped us to give me the right beat. That was an experience for me to learn what I did wrong and then how to do it right. Because if I didn't learn that, then I wouldn't have learned anything that night. I felt real good, you know, when I was playing Indiana, and I got to play a solo. All the people were there watching. It was a good feeling, you know. And then you sit down and everybody would clap. The whole feeling was good. when you're back there and you're playing drums and you don't know the melody of the song very well, it's very hard for you to keep up the beat if you don't know it, because you can't hear some of the instruments in the band that are holding the melody together.
When I was playing at Heritage Hall, I felt like everybody else was old and I didn't feel like I was 12. I felt like I had been with them and been playing with them, and they didn't make me feel like I was a little kid just playing.
I like to play in Heritage Hall because that's my jazz home. I'm going to stay with jazz as long as I live, hopefully. It's something I want to really make my life out of, jazz.